season 18 of Grey's Anatomy is finally here. So what can you tease? Because it was a roller coaster last season. My emotions were everywhere.
Yes. So this season we can tease that we are dealing with a post-COVID world for Grey's Anatomy. So that means a little bit more fun, a little bit more of a sexy season. We're sort of going back to what, the world that we all know and love that was Grey's Anatomy before COVID. In the season premiere, we can tease that the Phoenix Festival is happening in Seattle and the hospital is short-staffed. But of course, there's sexy moments in the premiere, fun moments, heartbreaking moments. We have all of it, of course.
I'm glad to also hear that we are moving past the COVID, even though we're not moved past it in the real world. It's nice to see something different on our TV screens.
Yes, it's definitely not forgotten. We're still living in a world where that has affected their lives. We're just living in, a post-COVID world that we are hoping that we also get to in our real lives too.
Yes. Okay, so we are all freaking out about Kate Walsh's return, her beloved character Addison coming back. Chris, what can you tell us? What can we expect from her return?
Well, you can expect a tour de force. I mean, when she walks through the hospital, the interns part like the Red Sea. It's quite a scene to see her back at the hospital and all of the gravitas she brings, and it's so much fun to have returning cast, especially when they're alive in the hospital and not in a dreamland on the beach.
All the fans have been loving seeing so many OG characters come back. So Camilla, I have to ask, is there ever a world that we will see Alex Karev and Joe reunited?
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's a good question. That is a Krista Vernoff question. That's our showrunner and a writer question. I guess, in our world, apparently if you die, you can still pop up. So who knows? You never know, I guess.
Would you like to see him come back for Joe's character? I
feel like if he came back, then it would sort of set Joe back a lot of paces. And I feel like Joe has moved through that breakup and is ready to really move on. And I think I'm excited to see that future for her and sort of put that heartbreak behind her.
That makes sense. Now, Chris, we need to know, we loved Link and Amelia together. Is there a chance this season that your characters are going to give it another shot?
Hey, man, there's always a chance. I think they both have a tremendous amount of love for each other and a tremendous amount of respect for one another. And that's certainly great fodder for a relationship. Right now they are not meeting together on what that means, on what the I guess the definition more or less of that relationship would mean. I think Amelia is a lot more comfortable with keeping things messy. She knows messy, and Link really wants to bottle things up and keep them neat and put a bow on it. And they're not meeting in the middle, and it's a problem. I don't know if they're going to be able to find a middle ground, but I'd say there's always a chance.
You should have got her an emerald, Chris. She might have said yes to an emerald.
Oh, the emerald! What was Link thinking? Of course. Sapphire, 3 diamonds, different cuts. It's like, but the emerald, it just slipped by him.
It was so obvious.
That would have done it.
Maybe Link will have another chance, though. Because in Grey's Anatomy world, everything.
Actually, if you rewatch the finale very carefully and turn up the volume, you can hear her mumble under her voice. What? No emerald?
What? No emerald? Yeah. Maybe we'll see it. Season 18, the emerald.
The emerald. That's what you guys can also tease. The emerald, season 18. That is it.
There you go.
That is it. But it's funny though, because a lot of fans have questioned maybe the two of your characters giving it a shot. Could you see that? Could that happen season 18?
Chris, what do you think? Joe and Link.
Well, it's Grey's Anatomy, so again, I guess we're gonna have to say anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
But we've got two great friends and a great friendship, so I can tell you this much: it would be a leap, I think, for them to cross that line. And we haven't, I think I can say we haven't crossed it yet, but who knows?
We haven't seen it yet.
But maybe we could. What about anything else with Joe? What are we going to see with her? Are we going to see her and Addison work together? Because, Joe's over in Peds now.
Yeah, so we definitely, when Addison comes back, she's working on a case, and I can definitely tease that Joe is desperate to work with her. She understands that she is a legend. And then also Joe is a new mom to a baby. She's doing it, by herself. There's no baby daddy or family of hers that can help her. She's leaning on Link, her bestie, to help her through it. But we'll see her navigate that work parent life, which is very difficult. And just also, though, seeing her love being a mom, which is one of my favorite things to have played for this character.
And why is it one of your favorite things? Maybe because you're a mom of two, or?
I think because I've always, before this, when people would ask me what I wanted for Joe, more than anything, I wanted her to be able to have the family that she never had. And I think there's some healing happening with her own past of not having a parent, with her now getting to be a parent. So it's definitely, yes, one of my favorite things to play.
And Chris, what are your big hopes for Link this season and beyond?
Well, I don't know. It's tough to separate myself from the character in that regard, because I know what Link's greatest hope would be is that Amelia's going to come around and marry him, and they're going to have a happy family and be committed to one another and raise Scout. But as a viewer watching Link, I want him to be okay with messy. I want him to come around and understand that life isn't, he does understand that life isn't a bowl of cherries. I mean, he's gone through a lot of stress himself, but he's trying to fix it by having a perfect life. And he's trying to overcompensate for the traumas of his past. And I think he's going to have to come to the reality that life continues to be complicated.
Right. Which I feel like is always the lesson, though, in Grey's Anatomy. It's like you keep moving forward and it keeps getting more and more complicated. What about Meredith? Where are we going to see her this season?
But I daren't even say, because even if we say a little bit, it would spoil a lot. I would say that here's what I'll say. A lot happens in the premiere that's going to send her sort of in an interesting direction.
Because we already know she's seen something with her mom, which she is dead. So.
Oh, you guys do not know. You do not know. You don't know.
Is it going to top the last season? When Patrick Dempsey came back, our jaw was to the floor. So is it safe to say that this is going to be even more wild?
That's hard. Chris, I'm going to give you this one.
Oh, you want me to get in trouble, huh?
You take it. Take one for the team, Chris.
Well,
it's hard. This is a hard question, because I feel like no matter how we say it, we would spoil something.
Yeah, I'm reeling in my mind trying to figure it out, and I really can't come up with a good way to say it.
You're just gonna have to watch. You'll see once the premiere starts. Maybe we can then we can tease a little bit more.